Hey guys, I hope all of you are doing fine. And today, in our second class, we will start with our basics, right? This is the most important thing for you to understand. The other content, if you don't have the materials, you will have the materials one day and then you will make the fragrances. That is fine. But what you will learn in today and tomorrow's class is something which is going to make meaning, which is going to give meaning to everything else. Right? So please concentrate. This is the ace of the base. Even my previous students who have attended my other courses, they know about these things. But it is for you to brush up again. Very important things. Okay. So now guys, traditionally our forefathers, that means maybe 100 years, 200 years back, 300 years back, whatever it is, even 1000 years back, perfumes and perfumery is used from thousands of years. But we will try to understand how our forefathers made their first fragrances. Quickly, very quickly. So our forefathers understood one thing, that is citruses. What are the citruses? Lime, bergamot. Perfumer has to know bergamot first before anything else. Bergamot, lime, right? Lemon, orange. What else? Volatile notes, right? We can just use citruses to have our a cool, refreshing drink. After that, we can use the same citruses smelled so good. I'm talking about our forefathers, not to us. We are trying to understand how they understood everything. So the rest of everything will become very simple and easy for you. Please try to understand and pay some attention. What I'm teaching you is the best of my work in the last 22 years. Okay. So our forefathers understood one thing clearly, that citruses had something to do with good smell, good juice, and they were using citruses in their own way. Right? Now, when they started using citruses and other combinations like water, or eventually when alcohol or ethanol, whichever way they developed their own volatile things, they understood that citruses doesn't last for a long time. Very volatile materials. It is just in the air and it will disappear within a few minutes. Right? Doesn't it make sense? Isn't it common sense? Right? Citruses won't last. You just have the drink, it will refresh you and it will go away. In the same way, citruses, it has the same category because they are very volatile. Right? Remember this word for the rest of our class, volatile. Volatile means something which is disappearing in the air. Something which disappears quickly. So our forefathers understood this as well, that citruses are very volatile. And how to make citruses last longer? You need to put the citruses in some kind of a sticky note, in some kind of something which will stick. Where is the rocket science in this? They understood that citruses smell good, citruses are very good to drink, perfumes and flavors are the same thing. Nearly the same thing, 99% you can say. So citruses, now to make the citruses stick on, they started using gummy material, sticky materials. Right? There is no rocket science. What are the sticky materials from the trees? Benzoin, sticky materials from the trees. You know, trees, they put their gum out. So benzoin. What else? Many other sticky materials. Amber is also sticky material, but amber is mostly a fantasy note. Very old, and amber, we hardly find good quality amber these days because it's not, we don't use in very volatile, very unstable materials. But we use resinoids in perfumery. Still, in the 21st century, we use resinoids. So, the way our forefathers understood perfumery is, first they understood citruses. Naturally, the citruses are available: orange, lemon, lime, bergamot. And they started knowing that the fragrant woody pastes, the excretion of the wood from the trees, those are very, 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 very fragrant. And with the citruses, you can make the citruses last longer, and they also give the fragrance of the tree. Right? There is no rocket science in this, isn't it? With this, we are clear till here. With this, they also understood a few things. Right? What are those few things? Bergamot, for example, is very sharp. Very sharp material, bergamot. Lime is still sharper, but it's more sour, maybe. It's sharp and it's also sour. Lemons are very refreshing and not so sharp as bergamot, but sour enough. Oranges are sweet, sour, and refreshing. Am I making any sense? I'm just talking about the feeling the material will give you. Very important to understand where the ozonic cool water vibe comes from. Okay, so you need to pay attention. Bergamot is usually a dark green kind of a lemon. It is not yellow. It's very dark green, very sharp. It's a lot of phenolic content as well in bergamot. Very sharp material. So though it belongs to the citrus family, we don't use a lot of bergamot. We may use a lot of oranges. Please pay some attention. We will use oranges. Remember yesterday's class, material, aurantiol, Schiff's base. That's what we are understanding, but in a different way. So, this was very sweet. So, we can use more of orange and less of bergamot. Am I making any sense? If our forefathers have to build a fragrance, they understood a few things very easily. First of all, you need a sticky material. Otherwise, this will either burn your skin or disappear in the atmosphere. Citruses. Now, in the citruses, a material like bergamot is so sharp. So, we will use more of oranges and less of bergamot. Right? Common sense. For example, if you're mixing two colors, red and white, right? Red and white. Which color is it's going to produce? Pink color, right? red and white will give you the color pink. Now, how much of pink do you want? Do you want a very sharp pink, like shocking pink, maybe whatever it is? Or do you want a milder pink, like a very pink rose? Am I making any sense? So, if you want shocking pink, you will use a lot of the red material and maybe a little less of the white material. A lot of red material with a very limited amount of white material. Isn't it? Am I making any sense? Right. So, the way our ancestors, God bless them, they provided all the knowledge to us, right? So, our ancestors and our forefathers and whoever, God bless them, whoever have understood these concepts to explain us in tomorrow's class, you will understand a little bit further. But what our forefathers understood is we need to use the same citruses in a proportion and use something sticky. Something to make this stick for a long time and something to give some structure to the smell. So orange is something which can be used a lot. Lemon, well, it is very bright. So maybe a little bit of lemon. Yes, why not? 3 parts of lemon maybe. Why not? Lime, yes. Lime is very slicey and sourness. So we would like the sourness of lime. So just 2 parts of lime. It doesn't matter what is starting here, what is right or wrong. What you feel is the most important thing. What you are feeling is the most important thing. Now, bergamot is the sharpest note. So we will use very less of bergamot. Right? A lot of orange, very good. Lemon, a little less. We can even put lesser lemon and see what it is. You're going to do all these things. With the 10 materials, the 9 materials which I showed you, you have to do all these things. But you need to understand what we are doing first. So, which is the best combination? The sharper, the harder it is on your nose, use less of this. And other materials you can use in your combinations. And something to stick. Okay? Something to make this stick for a long time. And that's how your perfume is made. Isn't it? Am I making any sense? So till date, if you see the things which actually give whatever nonsense people call it designer or niche or whatever it is, most of the things which are generally used are these things: limonene, citral, geraniol, right? There are some other things which we will understand in the due course. But till now, please let us quickly understand what we did in the first class, that we studied materials. And today in the second class, we understood the basics of the framework of how perfumes are made, understanding how our forefathers used to do it. Okay. So in today's class, that is the basics. We understood the framework. Now, in tomorrow's class, we will put both of these things into perspective. Okay. How, if we are using a lot of orange, why are we using orange? And how can we connect that to our modern materials? the materials which we were discussing, how can we connect these two things? So we will understand what volatility is. Okay? So tomorrow's class, we are going to understand distillation and volatilities, which I've already done many a times, but you have to understand this to understand the future classes. There is no other way. So I will see you tomorrow with the distillation and the third class. Take very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.